in Shenzhen on a Monday morning. Big Worm, Allison, thank you. L, thank you so much for our first galaxy. Marcy, thank you. Vase, great to see everybody again. Look, no, you keep going, you keep going, you keep going. Vase, Gumby, thank you. Look at where we are. We are in a very big, great to see you. We are in a, we're still in the city of Shenzhen, but you can see this is a pretty down-to-earth. Viv, Kayla, thank you. This is a pretty down-to-earth neighborhood. We're walking to Guanlan ruins right now. That's my assistant, Harry. He's leading the way. He's navigating and leading the way. But we're about to get the show started. What we should be seeing today is a lot of history. Hoku, Puerto Rico, Kayla, thank you. We should be seeing a lot of cool history today from about 200 years ago. You're gonna see some architectural styles that's very unique to this region. So I can't wait to show it to you. It's also my first time here. We're walking through, for those of you who are watching me for the first time, I do walks everywhere in China. I'm a Chinese American. Hoku, thank you for the crown. Viv, thank you for the lights. I'm a Chinese American who lives in China for the last, I've been living in China for the last 5 years, and I love to go live from everywhere in China. Viv, especially very authentic local places. As you guys can see, we're in the middle of the city. Oh, that's where we're going. I can see it already. Make sure I don't get hit by a scooter. I can see it already. That's where we're going right here. Y'all see this right here. Kayla, thank you so much for our second galaxy. That's where we're headed, right ahead of us. The live stream just started 5 minutes ago. You guys didn't miss anything. We're just waiting for more people to get in the live streams. I could already see it. Oh, this is beautiful. All right, all right, let's go this way then. We go. Pirate Chick, thank you. That's 3 already. We just got started 5 minutes ago, so we're gonna wait for more viewers to come in. But you can already see these distinctive buildings right ahead of me. That's what we're about to see at the Guanlan ruins. You see, well, you might just say, well, this looks just like some tall buildings. Well, wait till we get close. Notice how little windows there are. It almost looks like a prison. That's because it's built by design. This is actually built by design. Vas, thank you for subscribing. Stephanie, thank you, Vas. Your financial support allows me to continue doing this. Thank you so much, Vas. Stephanie, thank you. All right, what do? This is a dead end, yo. 这是死路啊，怎么走 ？Come on, we gotta go. 我们得继续走，咱们不能停。We gotta go. We gotta go. 继续走，我们不能停。We gotta keep it moving. We gotta keep it moving. Ain't no stopping on this journey. We always gonna keep it moving. Man, let's keep it moving. Cool, cool, cool. Tar Heel, babe, great to see you. Thank you, Mike A, thank you. We just got started 5 minutes ago, so you guys didn't miss anything. But how the hell did we end up in this residential quarters right here? Jim, Potato Bread, great to see you. Thank you. How the hell did we end up here? Look at this right here, by the way. Look at these homes right here. Pirate Chick, Jim, Kayla, thank you. Look at this. That's where we're going. These. Look at this. This is called the Guanlan ruins. These are the remnants of this place from over 200 years ago, towards the end of the Qing Dynasty. Lots of history. You're gonna see a lot of buildings over there. I can't wait to show you guys. Jen, L, thank you. Let's keep it moving. Hopefully my signal is good. You can see how packed these buildings are. In very close proximity to each other. In Viv, L, thank you. Potato Bread, Laura, thank you. Thank you guys so much. Man, great to see everybody. I'm finally feeling like myself. I'm finally feeling like myself again after a week and a half of the flu. Oh man, this flu was no joke, y'all. Potato Bread, Zen Chef, thank you. Thank you so much, everybody. Live stream just got started 10 minutes ago. We're walking to our destination right now. And I've never even been here before. This is new to me. Look at this. Potato Bread, Brittany B, thank you. Thank you so much for all the bracelets. We're getting more and more viewers in. The live stream is just getting started. Yeah, also let me know where you're from. That's how we keep the chats flowing. Haven't done this in a while. This is my third live stream back. I'm from Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Clutch comment, L. I'm from Chapel Hill, North Carolina. I'm a Tar Heel through and through. I love UNC. I love Carolina. One of the few places in the world I would rather be right now is North Carolina, especially in Chapel Hill. Let me know where y'all are from. Keep it moving. Man. Yeah, and everybody, please also share this live stream. Now, look at this. Before we keep it moving any further, y'all see this architectural style right here. Hill2, great to see you. Thank you so much, Hill2 and Potato Bread. Thank you so much for the bracelets, Potato Bread. You see this building right here. Now, you might say, well, this just looked like a regular old building. Not so. These buildings are actually very Cantonese style. We're about to see why in a second. Let's keep it more. We made it. We made it. Man, 没有任何收费，不要，没有任何收费。怎么可能有收费呢？Come on, man, use your head, bruh. How they gonna charge money for this? I can't believe my assistant just asked them, does this cost money? It don't cost no money till you ask that damn question. Then they gonna charge you money. You just walk right through, act like you belong here. Let's keep it moving. Potato bread, real hero. Thank you so much. He said, man, this is, oh, look at this. Oh man, look at this, y'all. Viv, potato bread, thank you. This dude, man, you gotta walk holding your nuts, act like you belong, man. You gonna stop and ask them, you gonna charge me money. They don't charge you money till you ask that damn question. Then they gonna charge you money. Shit, potato bread, Kayla, thank you. Thank you. Darren Mill, thank you. All right, everybody, check out where we're at right now. So this is the Guanlan ruins. This is absolutely amazing. On Monday morning like this, all the young people who usually visit this place, Thomas, Viv, thank you. This looks like a movie set, right? But this is absolutely beautiful. Let me give you guys a little bit of the history behind what we're looking at. This is called the Guanlan ruins. Hyotu, thank you so much, sir. 4 galaxies already, I love it. Now, these homes are built by the immigrants who lived in this part of China called Guangdong, the Cantonese people. Now, this looks a little bit newer, but it gives you a great idea of what the architectural style here looked towards the end of the Qing dynasty. Now, why do I say that? Well, you guys gotta remember one thing. For everybody who's watching right now, this is a more accurate depiction. You're not going to see architectural style. Tammy, great to see you. Thank you for the star. You're not going to see architectural style like this in other parts of China. The reason being, you got to remember that, especially in northern China, Heals for Life, beer farts, thank you. Heals for Life, thank you. That's 5 galaxies already. I love it. Thank you guys so much. The live stream just started 15 minutes ago. We just reached our destination. We are at the Guanlan ruins. We're looking at these buildings. Now, you guys got to remember that in China, most of the buildings are called Siheyuan in ancient China, which means 4 walls, 4 homes, and then a yard in the middle. Now, when you come to these Cantonese-style homes, when you look at these homes right here, Don, Korea, thank you. You can see they got balconies, they got windows, and they got these doors over here. And frankly, this style is starting to remind me a little bit of the Western influences. Now, you guys are gonna say, what Western influences? I don't see any Western influences. Just the fact that they built their homes looking like this, that's a Western influence, the outer facade. You look at the way the roofs are built, right? You look at the way these big balconies, that's a little bit different. Very, very different from what you're gonna see in other parts of China. Viv, Kojo, thank you. We're gonna keep exploring. And let me show you guys where they got these influences from. Like, where did these people learn to build these homes like this? Well, towards the end of the towards the early 19th century, Korea, thank you. There were a lot of Chinese people from this region who immigrated to other parts of the world, namely Southeast Asia. So Singapore didn't exist as an independent country yet. Rio Hero, Nel Pucci, thank you. Potato bread, thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. Everybody, please give Potato Bread a thank you if you just got a free subscription. We got so much exclusive content coming for our subscribers. Viv, Lil Pin, thank you. All right, anyways, back to what I was saying. What the hell was I saying? Yes. Mike A, thank you for the galaxy. Mikey, thank you for the roses. Mike A, I appreciate that. Thank you. Dadan, thank you. Hyotu, thank you. Mikey, thank you. Now, the Chinese people who immigrated to other parts of Southeast Asia usually picked Malaysia. They usually went to Malaysia, Indonesia, and they also went to Hong Kong, China, which at the time was a British colony. So they go overseas, they go to these different places, and they look at all the colonial influences, and they learned the architectural styles of the colonial buildings. This is why you have architecture that looks like this. Now look at this building right here. You're starting to see the Western influences. Potato bread. Thank you so much, Potato bread. Thank you. Now you're starting to see the Western influences on this building right here. You see this right here? Absolutely gorgeous. Now, look at this. First of all, 3 floors, 3 stories tall. And now what's interesting about it, Tessa Wilson, thank you, is if you look at the writing that's on this wall right here. You see this writing on this wall? Very, very Republic era, turn of the 20th century, 100, 150 years ago. These are actually writing that doesn't get used anymore in current day mainland China. Beer farts, Alicia, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Potato bread. What do I mean by that? China uses simplified, standardized writing now. This is all traditional Chinese writing that's still used in Hong Kong, China, Macau, China, and then you also see it in Singapore and Malaysia. basically other parts of the world where there are a lot of people of Chinese descent. They are still using this traditional writing. See, what happened was, Little Pin, Mikey, thank you, was when the Chinese nation, the new China, was born in 1949. One of the earliest decisions that they made was that the Chinese writing is too complicated. It's very historical, we need to preserve it, but it's too complicated. That's why when New China was founded in 1949, the population was probably about 400 million people. At least 350 million people couldn't read. They were illiterate. So the government was like, well, how do we encourage people to understand and be able to read? They can't even read. So that's how they came up with the simplified Chinese system to facilitate reading. And that's why you're going to see a lot of these writing, they're no longer used in other parts of mainland China. But incidentally, you know what's interesting about it is that if you go to Hong Kong, China, they still use that same writing. So that's why a lot of Hong Kong Chinese people, they feel like they are still the protectors of the original Chinese culture because they use, well, according to them, because they use the traditional writing. To be frank, I think it's more important that people can read. Anyway, let's check out these buildings. Hopefully you guys like these history lessons. It's not boring, you guys. Let me kind of show you what the rest of this town looks like. This is called the Guanlan ruins. Now, when these immigrants came back from other parts of Asia, they had some money in their pockets and they wanted to build some fancy homes. Dadan, real hero, thank you. So what they did is they constructed these homes right here. You can see, this is one where you can start to see the European influences right here. And Jamil, thank you. You can see the European influences on the windowsills. Now, if you're wondering why there are bars all over the windows, that's intentional. Because when these immigrants came back to China, they had some money in their pockets. They had their money in their pockets and they were afraid of being robbed by the locals. So they built their homes to be tall, to have small windows. Look at these windows. This one has got very, very small windows. Mike, thank you so much for extending your subscription. Thank you. Glitter and Ice, thank you. They have very small windows. And this was likely a residence for just one or two families because they had that foreign money. You know, they had that British money. They had that Malaysian money. Malaysia used to be a colony, if I'm not mistaken. So they were exposed to the Western architecture. And if you come over here, this is much more obvious when you come over here. You look at these pillars right here. Very, very typical European structures here. And these are the types of buildings in the Kaiping area that are actually inscribed into the UNESCO World Heritage Site. So this place is not a UNESCO World Heritage Site, but the largest cluster of these buildings have been inscribed into a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Look at these columns here, typical European style columns. Now, what else is very interesting is that these buildings are actually very narrow. Look at these buildings right here. Victoria, Romy, thank you. They're actually very narrow. They remind me of a home in Chicago, in Chi City. You look at this right here. I wonder if we can go up there. Can we go up here? Man, look at this right here. So look at how narrow it is. I don't understand the reason for why that is. I don't understand the reason why. Maybe it sure isn't because the land is scarce, okay? But you can see now this building is kind of worn down. This is, if I had to imagine, this is a 200-year-old building. But if you look at all the architectural elements as we get a little bit closer, you can see on the second floor, on those doors, on those windows right there, on those ceilings, you can see what used to be a ton of carvings. Farika, Bubba, great to see everybody again. I had the flu, unfortunately. I apologize for not being able to stream the last few days. I am feeling like myself again. You see, that's all handmade. That's all hand done. Beautiful, gorgeous structures. Absolutely gorgeous. I don't think we could go in, but we could look at it from the outside. So this used to be somebody's residence, and this used to be a Chinese immigrant. Oh, look at this right here. Oh, this is typical Western style right here. Y'all see this right here? Katie. Exactly. That's why it's called the ruins. Katie, another clutch comment. This is why it's called the Guanlan ruins, because the people have gotten up out of here. Their descendants no longer live here. Now, if you look at this home right here, if I had to estimate, this is probably a living room of some kind. This looks to me like maybe, I don't know what you guys think. This looks like maybe a good 60, or maybe a good 600, 500, maybe like 300-400 square feet right here. Brittany B, thank you so much. Real Hero, thank you. Brittany B, thank you. Potato Bread, thank you. You guys are amazing. L, thank you for the galaxy. And you can see the stairs. Again, very Western style building here. Very, very Western style building here. You can see a Western style toilet right there. Very different from what was being used. This is why I always like to tell people, when you guys are looking at Chinese history, there's Chinese history that's being constructed by different groups of people. And the people that built these homes, and that home right ahead of me, Black Widow, thank you. Brittany B, thank you for sending so many subscriptions. Potato Bread, thank you. We're building a community. We're on our way to 1,000 subscriptions. Thank you, 1,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. Now, the people that built these homes, the cool thing about them is that they were able to see the world. You know what I mean by that is, well, they were able to leave their village, they were able to leave their hometown, and they were able to see what the world looks like. And they brought not only financial awards that they made, financial, you know, the money. They made money. They made money overseas. Not only were they able to bring that home, but they also brought back home knowledge. They also brought back home different ways of doing business, different ways of doing things from the outside world. And there's going to be a huge part of Chinese history, like the Silk Road, that is exactly the same story. The idea is you got to get out. You got to get out of there. You got to go out and you got to see the world and you got to build. Now, if you look at this right here. Now, this right here, I wanted to show you guys this. They do this a lot in China. I want to make sure I don't slip because this is kind of wet right here. Brisa, thank you so much. This has to be some type of a foundation for this place from 200 years ago. Now, and this is something I want to make very obvious to all of you guys. When you look at this part of China, you know, this is not a part of China that is, you know, sugar 94, 97, thank you. This is a part of China that doesn't have nearly as much, how do I say this, imperial history as a Beijing or as a Nanjing. We're about to go to Nanjing next week. We're about to go to my hometown and then we're going to Nanjing. We're going to be streaming from Nanjing. So what do I mean by that is, there's no emperor that lived anywhere near here. Right? The emperor was very far away. And the emperor was kind of like, you know, I don't really want to see your ass. You know what I'm saying? If you got sent over here by the emperor, it's because you got on his bad side. It's called, in Chinese, there's a word called bian, which means the emperor literally said to you, man, get out of my face, man. Get up out of here. Get up out of here. Get away from Beijing and you will get sent here. So what the people here, that's both a good thing and a bad thing. Nick, thank you. That's I'm being totally serious, you know, because for those of you who are watching, remember just last month, Miss Trace, thank you for the heart, me. You know, you guys remember last month we were at the province of Yunnan in China, which is one of the biggest vacation hotspots in all of China, right? Everybody who saw the live streams from Yunnan, you saw how beautiful it is. Thank you so much, Trey Frost. I appreciate it. RC Adam, Black Diamond, thank you. Well, a lot of people, y'all don't understand. One thing is that Yunnan used to be a place where the emperor told you to GTFO. That's literally the emperor would tell you, man, you did something wrong. I've spared your life. Now get up out of my face and go all the way to Yunnan where I don't have to see you again for like 7 years. So what we think of today as like vacation spots, in ancient times used to be places of punishment. It used to be, I mean, same thing with Australia, right? Think about how Australia is such a beautiful country. Australia is such a beautiful country, right? Potato Bread. Everybody wants to go visit Brisbane. They want to go visit Sydney. They want to go visit Australia. We already know what Australia. The hell? Thank you so much, Hyo2. I appreciate that. Thank you, Hyo2. I was like, I thought something happened with my phone. I was like, we're playing mariachi music now. I love that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Hyo2. Real Hero, Potato Bread. Thank you. So anyway, back to what I was saying. Thank you so much, Hyo2. Potato Bread, Brittany B. Man, y'all amazing. L, thank you. All right, so what was I talking about before I got distracted by the fiesta? Oh yes. Australia, you guys gotta understand, Australia is a beautiful country. They got kangaroos running around, you know what I'm saying? Kangaroos be fighting with people, you know what I'm saying? They be running around. But Australia used to be basically a large outdoors prison for all the British prisoners Great Britain didn't want to keep, right? I don't think Ian's watching this. I'm not sure if instructor is on right now. Amazed, Potato Bread, thank you. You know, it's a penal country, exactly. So Australia is a beautiful country, but you guys got to remember, the British people were being sent there because the queen, the king, whoever it is that were ruling British at England at the time, they were like, man, we got to do something with our population, all these prisoners we have, and that's how they got about it there. So a lot of history, that a lot of people, we go over to Yunnan, we be spending big money going on vacation, we be spending big money to go see the sights, but you guys got to remember that these places, Anna, great to see you, Anna. Thank you so much for the galaxy. Thank you. But you guys got to remember that just 200-300 years ago, it was a place for people to, for the emperor to say, I don't really want to see you anymore. So we're going to see a lot of that in other parts of China as well. Now, in Cantonese, Jason, Anaten, thank you. Now, you guys could see that I'm starting to feel like myself again. The biggest thing about having the flu is the fact that I wasn't able to think straight. It was messing with my head a little bit, but now I finally feel like myself. Let's keep moving, let's keep exploring. I want to show you guys some watchtowers. Beautiful, look at this right here. Man, absolutely. I'm glad I'm feeling better too. Now, once we start getting on the road tomorrow and we go to Nanchang, I already know it's gonna be tough. Bubba, Anna 10, thank you. I'm going to be, I already know I'm gonna be in it's gonna be a test on our body, both for me and for Harry, my assistant. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna be hot. We are entering the summer season. Everywhere we go, it's gonna be hot. So you guys are gonna see some serious endurance. Marisol, PF Wisco, thank you. Make sure y'all follow the channel. All right, now what you see here is that these buildings look kind of old, but they're actually not old. These are redesigned, repurposed buildings that are made, actually they're probably newer buildings, or if you saw a comment from Katie earlier, there's over 100 different ruins of watchtowers and ancient buildings here from the Qing dynasty. I don't think these count. These should be newer buildings that are all gonna be converted into shops. You see this right here? This is actually, is this somebody's home? No, this looks like it's gonna be converted into a shop. Brittany B, thank you. Liquid Logic, thank you. So Brittany B, we're still in Shenzhen. I'm not sure if you've ever been to Shenzhen or this part of China, but we're in southern China and we're walking through the Guanlan ruins. What I really wanna do is be able to get into one of these abandoned buildings. That'd be really cool. Now Poochie, thank you. Now you guys might say, by the way, why are these buildings abandoned that we're exploring today? Why are these buildings abandoned? Well, a big reason why is that a lot of the owners, they actually immigrated to other parts of the world. So some of their descendants, they might be living in Canada. They might be living in the United States. They might be living in Malaysia. They might be living in Singapore. They might be living in Indonesia. Potato Bread, thank you for the epic GG. I love it. Oh, man. I love it. So great to be back. So that's why when they made a concerted effort, they said, we're going to leave, but you can't take your buildings with them. And that's why those buildings are abandoned. Keep moving. Look at this. Now, this is a watchtower right here. This is something I wanted to show you. I know if you guys look at this building right here, this is one of the buildings I wanted to show you. What do you notice about this building right here? Liquid Logic, L, thank you. What do you notice about this building right here? You see this building right here? The first thing I notice is a lack of windows and how small those windows are. That's because this is a watchtower. This is not meant to be living in. This is a watchtower. So, give you guys a little bit of a small but not boring history lesson. There were 3 types of buildings that were constructed by these immigrant families. 3 types of buildings. Number 1 is this watchtower that you see right in front of you. That is to make sure if bandits were coming from miles away, they could see the bandits and they could fight back. So these are the watchtowers. That's the first thing. Now, the second thing that they built was their family homes, which we saw one back there just now. And the third type is a community gathering place. So you can see what's happened here is that this tower has long ago been abandoned. You guys can see this right here? This is long abandoned, but what they've done is they've converted this building into a store. You see this right here on the basement? They've converted this into a store down here. You see this? Now you can't go in because this is a World Heritage Site. Look at this right here. Well, not this particular one, but the concept of, look at this, it's kind of depressing to look at, to be honest with you, man. It looks like all these tiny windows. This looks like a prison. Look at this. And live like no tomorrow. Real hero. Thank you. You can see these bars over here. I can't even see close. Can you see inside? Yeah, look at this. Potato bread, thank you. Let me cook. I love it. I know, can you imagine living here with these tiny windows? But you guys gotta understand, man, this was at a time in China, 200 years ago, where there were a lot of bandits. These bandits would literally come into your home and they would steal, they would rob, they would take anything. They would take even people. They would take your food, they would take your jewelry. And these people had money because they came from overseas. So let's keep it moving, y'all. Let's keep it moving. Keep it moving. Let's see what they selling over here. Let's see what they selling over here, y'all. Provided my signal is good. Beautiful pirate chick, thank you. A lot of trinket stores. I can already tell this is gonna be a trinket store right here. Look at this. Look at this. Real hero, thank you. Look at this. He said that lady came out of nowhere. And my assistant had to take a photo for her too. Look at this. A lot of trinkets. What is this? What is that? A dragon? Man. Look at this. Mama, thank you. I hope everybody's having a great beef floor. Thank you. I hope everybody's having a great Mother's Day. Hope y'all are having a great Mother's Day. Our time in Shenzhen is coming to an end. We are about to get back on the road tomorrow. By this time tomorrow, we should be on the train. Indigo Sky, thank you. So let's enjoy this town for what it is, because we're gonna be out of here tomorrow for a month-long streaming trip. So I can't wait. Marlene, Indigo Sky, thank you. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. This place is not that big. I thought this place would be bigger. It's not that big. By the way, look at this home right here. This is probably one of the more original homes right here. And it's been converted into a coffee shop. Live like no tomorrow, thank you. Look at this. Look at this right here. Gorgeous. Make sure y'all follow the channel. I'm back, everybody. I am back. The flu didn't kick my butt. I kicked my butt, but it didn't kill me. I'm good. I'm good. Make sure y'all follow the channel. Let's keep it moving. Let's get to 100,000 likes, everybody. We are in the Guanlan ruins. Starting tomorrow night, which is going to be Tuesday morning, we're going to be, look at this lady all dressed up. I love that. I love that. Let's come over here. What we got over here? Beautiful. Now, this place is not that large. What we got over here? What's this? Wow, look at this. Look at this. Man, Rio Hero, thank you for sharing this live stream. So, kind of give you guys a preview of what's coming up on our live streams. On Tuesday evening, my Tuesday evening, which is going to be your Tuesday morning, we're going to be streaming live from a brand new city, the city of Nanchang, which very few Americans back home have even heard of. But it's the provincial capital of Jiangxi province. We're going to be streaming from there starting tomorrow night, aka Tuesday morning. We'll be there for 4 nights. We're going to see a lot of cool things in the city. It's got a lot of history. A lot of both ancient history and also modern revolutionary history. I can't wait to show you guys Nanchang. Personally, I haven't been back in nearly 3 years. The last time I was there was in the middle of July, very hot. So I imagine this time going, it should be a little bit cooler. But check out this building right here, another one right here. Now this, again, you see this building right here, very defensive in structure. Now, when you look at this building right here, these are the Diaolo style UNESCO World Heritage Site buildings that I was referring to earlier. It looks very depressing from an architectural style. It almost looks like, once again, it almost looks like a prison, right? But this is actually intentional. This is to make sure that no bandits can get in. You can see the windows are small and they're very few in between. Everything else is thick concrete walls. This is very intentional to make sure that no bandits can fight their way in and that this place was protected. Don't be fooled by the fact that you see all these other buildings. These are all newer buildings, but this right here would have stood in the middle of nowhere. Kind of imagine what this place used to be, surrounded by rice paddies. So they were growing rice, they were growing all types of farm life over here. And then you have these buildings in the middle of the rice field to act as watchtowers against thieves and bandits who will come over and steal. Real hero, thank you. Let's keep it moving. Look at this home style right here. Oh, yeah, look at this. Look at this. Amazing. Thank you so much, Real Hero. Thank you. All right, I guess that's a dead end. Let's keep it moving. Man, how long have I been streaming? Whew. No, this is, of course, and you guys, I'm doing the best I can in the city of Shenzhen because you guys got Pirate Chick. Thank you. That's 11 galaxies. We're almost halfway. Thank you. So you guys can understand. Well, we're in Shenzhen. You know, I live here. So eventually, I'm gonna need to come up with a new streaming concept to stream in Shenzhen because we're gonna run out of things to stream here except the factories. We're gonna be doing a lot of factory streams very, very soon. I'm gonna take you to the different types of factories in China, all types of factories. We're gonna go inside. We're gonna go see where the workers live. We're gonna go see what the workers do every day on the assembly line. I'm gonna show you what they eat. We're gonna eat with the workers. So we're exploring a lot of new streaming ideas for the channel whenever we are in Shenzhen. But when we're on the road, there's so much to see in other parts of China. China is so large, such a big country. We won't run out of things to see. Let's keep it moving. Keep it moving, y'all. Make sure y'all follow the channel. I'm about to show you guys things you ain't never seen before. We are going into factories and we are going to be streaming from Chinese factories to show you how everything is made. Make sure you follow the channel, everybody. Let's keep it moving. Keep it moving. Daler, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you. I show the real side of China, I know, and I love that. Kind of want to get something to eat. Ooh, man, ladies, y'all would love this. Look at this. How much y'all think this is? Right here? Tessa Wilson, Wicked. I got to do some shopping for y'all. How much y'all think this is? Man, this is real cool, man. This is the type of stuff I should be selling on my TikTok shop. You know, authentic trinkets from China. Look at this. Somebody says $6. 问一下价格吧。It's buy one, get one free too. Look at this. This is cool, y'all. $4. Man. 哎，正头板正。这个怎么卖？这个扇子？
这个扇子25一把。
25一把是吧？
对，都是我们自己做的，这些都是我昨天刚做好的。
这是买一送一吗？这是？
不是哦，买一送一是这个。
哦，是这些是吧？
对，你看上面写的是儿童店。
我懂，25一个是吗？
对。
$3.30. $3.30, man. She just made this. This is all handmade, yo. I could use one of these. I could use one of these. $3.30. Man. 这手工做的，这是？
对，这都是我昨天自己刚做好的。
哦，哇！
我一天只能做出23版，就是12个小时。
哇哦 ，you hand stitch， 所以你自己是手工这个缝出来的是吧？
没有，这个是机绣的，我们买这个扇面回来，我要自己绷，所有东西都要自己弄。哦。如果它是手绣的话，就可能要几百块钱一把。
我懂。Beautiful. Man, I thought she hand stitched this. Look at this. $3.30. Kind of want to get one. Man. Beautiful. Let's go in and see what they got in here, actually. This is the boss lady right here. She runs a little store over here. Look at this. Rick Ortega, thank you. Make sure y'all follow the channel, everybody. This is the type of store, every time, if you ever get to come to China, you got to come and support these types of stores. You know, individual store owners who are just working hard trying to make a living. You know, they don't sell gold over here. They don't sell jewelry over here. You know, they don't sell that expensive stuff. You know, $200-300. Everything is like $3, $4, $5. They try to make a little bit of money at a time. These are the type of stores I try to support. You know what I'm saying? I am gonna get one of these fans out here.我买一个这个外面的这个扇子吧。You know, my mother was born in the year of the rabbit. I like this one right here. My mother was born in the year of the rabbit, so we're gonna get this one right here. 这个多少钱？25是吗？
对，全部都是25。
Alright, you know what? I ain't gonna haggle with you. 哦，你先给。Usually I should haggle, but I see you over here. I'm gonna get this for my mother. Cool. I could also use this. Very hot.
可以翻风的。
Very hot. Alright, there you go. That looks good. Very good. This one also looks adorable. It's beautiful. I'm gonna get my mom. I'm gonna bring it to my mom next Saturday. So for everybody, 谢谢你。 For everybody who's watching, next Saturday, I'm going to be streaming from my hometown because I'll be going there to meet my parents. They're there right now, cleaning up the house a little bit. And then we're going to see each other on Saturday. This next Saturday is going to be my father's 60th birthday. He turns 60. That's a big birthday, so I got to be there for my dad. We're going to celebrate, and then we're going to be streaming from my hometown and also the area around it. We're going to the city of Nanjing right after we stream from my hometown. So I'm super excited for the Nanjing is like a city of endless things to do. So we'll be there for at least 3 or 4 days. Let's keep it moving, y'all. Let's keep it moving. So this fan that I just bought, that Harry is holding. You can see Harry's holding this. Look at this right here. Look at him fanning himself. This fan right here was $3.30. $3.30. It's not hand stitched, but I don't know what the hell she was talking about. But she said this is handmade. What does she mean by this is handmade if this part is made by a machine? 她说这个东西手工做的，什么东西手工做的？
它这个是那个采缝纫机采出来的，就是说整一个都是手工做的，配合机器，手工配合机器。
不是，他说这个东西是机器做出来的，他说他手工做的是什么？哎，算了。Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving, y'all. Let's keep it moving. 哎 ，What's going over here? Oh, man. See this right here. This is about to be turned into a store very soon. Mama Pena, thank you. Thank you. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. Happy Mother's Day. Let's keep it moving. So most people come here during Saturday and Sunday. It is Monday morning. People got to go to work, man. They at work right now. They're trying to make a living. And so this is why this place is kind of empty. You can see right here, not a lot of people. Tar Heel, babe, thank you for the bracelets. I love it. Let's keep it moving. Let's see what we got over here. See, what I really want to do is take you inside one of these homes right here. Now, this is easily 100. This home is easily 50, 60, up to 100 years old. Can we get in here? That's the question. This is also an abandoned building, by the way. This home should be one of the abandoned homes. Once again, I have to reiterate, what happened to the owners? They went overseas. They went to Malaysia. They went to Indonesia. You know, they went, that's why there's such a sizable Asian Chinese community living inside Malaysia and Indonesia. They are the descendants of the people who left their hometowns in China to try to look for better economic opportunities. 100, 200 years ago, they literally got on a boat and they had to face all kinds of troubles. They had to face all kinds of difficulties, also discrimination, and they made it. You know, if you look at the Malaysian economy, so much of the Malaysian economy is actually controlled by people of Chinese descent. You know, they own all the apartment buildings, they own all the malls over there, and that's generations of hard work. Generations and generations of hard work. This looks like somebody's house, but I don't see anybody living in it though. Huh. Interesting. Laura, thank you. So yeah, exactly. For everybody who's watching, you know, we don't talk about politics on this show, but we do talk about human life. We talk about human values. You know, when you look at a country like Malaysia, you know, Malaysia has a very sizable Chinese descent. They are called Malaysian Chinese, but they are Malaysian citizens. But their fathers, their grandfathers, their great-grandfathers are actually Chinese who immigrated from China. Now, the one thing that you have to really understand, this is a concept I want everybody who's watching to understand. When you look at an amazing country like Singapore, you know, Singapore is such an amazing country. It's one of the wealthiest countries in the world, Singapore. For those of us watching back home in America, Singapore is like the Luxembourg, the Monaco of the Asia, of East. It's like the Switzerland of Asia. Very wealthy country. But you guys got to understand that a lot of the people that went to Malaysia, they were from Singapore. And also a lot of the people that settled in Singapore are actually Chinese descent. Over 70% of Singaporeans are Chinese descent. And also their parents, who they're descended from, their ancestors, weren't exactly the literati. So what do I mean by that? They weren't exactly the musicians. They weren't, you know, the professors. You know, they weren't the scholars. They were actually people who had very little education. They had very little education, and they went over to Singapore, but they realized that education is important for the next generation. So even though their earlier ancestors didn't have a lot of education, It's all about what you do with the future generations. This is why in the 1970s, when the Chinese leader met the Singaporean leader, whose name is Lee Kuan Yew told him this exact thing. I'm going to say it to everybody who's watching. He said to him, we are the descendants of illiterate peasants. That's literally what he told him. He said, we are descended from illiterate peasants. If we can do this and we can build such a great country, you should have no excuse. You could do the same thing. All the artists, all the academics, all the literary people, they are still in China right now. You know what I'm saying? They're still in China. I'm not big enough, so come on, man, let's go. Let's keep it moving. Man. All these people, man. Let's keep it moving. Manny, thank you, man. I don't like it when I'm streaming. People be coming into my frame, be talking to us. Like, what you doing, man? What you think I'm doing? I'm speaking in English. I'm holding my phone up. What you think I'm doing? Holding my nuts. Of course, I'm streaming. Let's keep it moving. Man. Shit. Man, let me take a break from what I just said. Let's keep it moving. They be distracting me, you know? I'm like in the middle of my thought here, talking about immigrants, talking about what it means to be literate, talking about what it means to build a country. You know, they come on over here, it's distracting my train of thought. Anyway, you guys can see that what this ancient village has been turned into, these ruins, is that they have stores now on both sides. They have stores on both sides now. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, as I'm getting over this flu, I got like zero tolerance. I got like zero patience for nonsense. Let's keep it moving. Now, you got a lot of stores everywhere on both sides, all these little different trinkets. I love it. Beautiful. Now, check out this guy right here. He's about to make something out of leather. Oh, this is cool, man. Look at this. Oh, look at this right here. This is handmade leather right here. Look at this right here. What's he about to make? This looks like a nice piece of cowhide over here. Look at this. Sky Dancer, thank you. What's he making? Is he making a belt? Oh, look at that. Look at this. Oh, he's making a belt. I don't want to distract him. I gotta keep my voice down. I don't want to distract him. And then boom, he made 2 belts. Look at this. Man, that's nice leather. I can smell the leather too. Look at this. Make sure y'all follow the channel, everybody. Look at this. Look at this. You know what? I'm actually inspired. I want to go inside and see what they make inside. So this is a leathersmith right here. You can see they make everything themselves. And these are the types of stores we should be supporting. These are the types of stores that we should be supporting whenever we're in China, because these are hardworking people. They make everything. Look at this right here. And it ain't cheap either. It ain't cheap. This little tote bag right here is $123. $124, but you could be sure this is made out of genuine leather. And I like this, man. This is much cheaper than those name brands, but this is all handmade out of leather. Look at this right here. Amazing. It smells great. It smells so, great comment. It smells so good in here. Oh, look at this. That's made out of, we got a lobster that's made out of leather. I ain't gonna touch it though, but look at this. We got a leather lobster right here. Look at this. Yo, this is dope. Oh, this is really dope right here. This is the type of store we need to be supporting their business. Also, by the way, they got it marked up as $880. I bet you I can get it for $580. I bet you I could get it for $580 if I negotiated hard. I'm trying to see. I'm gonna get something for my mama. Man, I'm gonna get something for my mama. Look at this. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, y'all. Let's get to 200,000 likes, everybody. Please continue to tap on your screen. Let's get to 200,000 likes. Let's keep it moving, everybody. Ah, gorgeous. Oh, look at his skills right here. Man, look at this. Oh, look at this. Beautiful. Man, this is so beautiful. You can smell the leather. The smell of the leather is very strong. The smell of the leather is very strong. Let's keep it moving. That's cow. That's cowhide. Whew. Look at this. Now, if you think about 200 years ago, what exactly would be this setting right here? This would be a small town. This would be a small town 200 years ago here in the Cantonese area in the Guangdong province of China. This would be like 200 years ago, you can imagine all these stores are selling everyday essentials. They wouldn't be selling bubble tea like this one over here, but they will be selling everyday essentials, you know, things that you need for the home, for all the residents that are nearby. And you're gonna see this type of, once again, for those of you who've been watching, you're only gonna see this type of architecture in this part of China. Cotton number 9, thank you. Only in this part of China. Why is that? Well, because it's combined with the Western influences that these immigrants, that they saw in different parts of Asia, especially in Hong Kong, China, the British influence, and they brought it back. All right, let's keep it moving. These homes right here. Man, Nana Sue's, thank you. Thank you. Anyway, let me continue to say what I was talking about. Let me finish my thought, okay? When you look at a country like Singapore, Anna 10, thank you so much for the bracelets. Melanie, thank you. And also thank you so much for the galaxy earlier. When you look at a country like Singapore, why do I keep bringing it up? Because it shows you the ingenuity of the Chinese people who live in these countries. You know, I'm gonna give you some stories for everybody who's watching. If you are a Chinese person of Chinese descent living in Malaysia, let me give you some facts. You can't become a public servant. Those jobs are totally closed to you. You can't become what's called an iron ice bowl, which means you'll have a job for life. Candy, Tar Heel Babe, thank you. What do I mean by that? Let's say a lot of people in Malaysia, they want to work for the government. Why is that? Because you're going to have a job for life. You will have a job for life. Well, guess what? Legal discrimination, they don't allow people of Chinese descent to go work in those jobs. It's only